It's me, Vitalina, and my friend
Daniela,
who are going to guide you through this webinar. So we are going to introduce you first Belnor, then we are going to talk about the HAMK University, about the bachelor's and master's programs what we have. Then we will also introduce you the scholarships and the tuition fees. And then me and Daniel, we are going to share our wonderful experience of living in Finland and studying at this university. And then we will also share some contact information for Belnor. So I'm gonna introduce myself first. Shortly, my name is Vita. I'm originally coming from Estonia. I'm a third-year international business student, and I've been involved into a very interesting project, which was my internship, Gaming Academy at HAMK University, and I've been a marketing trainee there. And currently, I'm working as a social media marketing trainee at Belnor. So Belnor is an educational consultant. It is an international agency which assists students with their application process for the universities abroad. What are we doing? We are helping you to prepare necessary documents. We are guiding you with some necessary advices. We interact with the universities where you want to apply, and we also apply for the funding if it is needed. And we are waiting you on a consultation. We have several types of the consultations, which you can check on our webpage. So going deeper into operations of Belnor, we do UCS registration through the UCS Center. Then there is the admission for the foreigner students process. Then we helping you to choose the universities and colleges if you want to go to the college or university. Then you can participate in the international camps in different countries, which you can also find on our webpage. The same goes with the international programs, and we also organize trips to the open days at the universities. And so when you come to Belnor, we have a package of services for you. We are helping to choose not just the university, but also the degree program and the country where you would like to go. We assist you with the consultations. We prepare all the necessary documentation, the same as we translate all the documents into official English language, and we send it to the universities. Then if it's needed, depending on what country, on which country do you go, we organize you the loans and scholarships, and we also help with the accommodation. And if the university requires, we are drafting for you the motivation letters, recommendations, and we help with creating portfolio. And we have 4 main countries, our partners, which is Belgium, Finland, United Kingdom, and Netherlands. But today, this is a webinar about Finland, so we are going to focus only on Finland. So here, as you can see in these graphs, they represented some of the most popular spheres. And the graph is going from 2020 till 2022. And as you can see, computer applications, engineering, and business fields became very popular. And currently, it's one of the most popular programs to which students are applying. Then sports and politics got a bit higher, but it's not that common. And tourism and arts are also kind of the popular programs to go for, but it's just for you to understand how many people are going to different specialties. So why would you choose Finland? Finland has a lot of interesting things. Firstly, it's the country where the education system is one of the best. It is a friendly and very welcoming country in terms of in terms of people who are coming from other countries. Then the universities and colleges, they have the affordable tuition fees, comparing to other European countries. Then there is a very high standard of living, which means that
it's all just high standard, like technology, living quarters, like the shops, like infrastructure. Yeah.
Yep. And the cultural environment in Finland, it's kind of like interesting and rich. And if you will ever go to Finland, it would be really wonderful experience for you to get to know the culture itself. Yeah, in terms of traveling, it's also very easy. It's very easy to travel to other countries from Finland, and it's easy to travel here. And there are a lot of very nice destinations you can find here, but we talk about it later. So yeah, there are a lot of nice things.
So this is my part. Yeah, my name is Daniel, like I said. I arrived here as and originally I was but I came to study education and robotics. Sorry, I came to study electrical and it's automation robotics is what we call it.
Come closer. Yeah, like, yeah, so now we're gonna introduce you the HAMK University where we study. So each year, HAMK University has around 8,000 students, 600 of which are the international students. HAMK has 43 degree programs, both master and bachelor's, but 11 out of those are taught in English language. Then there are 7 campuses in different cities in Finland, but they are kind of close connected to each other. And the main campus is in Hämeenlinna city. You will see it later in our presentation. HAMK has 170 international and national partners. These are the universities from other countries and from Finland as well. And now I would like you, my lovely audience, to be a little bit more active. So I would like to ask you which of those directions are interesting for you. So you can maybe open your mic and say, so we can understand what is interesting for you and maybe share a bit more information about those programs. Or you can text in the chat.
Yeah, so we will understand who we're talking.
MBA?
Business.
Business.
Good.
Business. Oh, yes.
Okay, let's count. It's 4 engineers and around, I think, 6 business people. Yeah, okay. 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 There's a lot of interesting information about design, by the way. But yeah, okay, so mostly business, engineering, and yeah, let's say design. We're gonna focus on that. Okay, thank you. So okay. Okay, good. So first, we're gonna start with computer applications and international business. Both of those programs are connected to the business and administration field. So international business, it's what am I doing for a 3rd year already. So it is 3.5 years study in Valkeakoski campus. On the map, you can see where exactly this campus is located. So what comes to studying international business in HAMK, since it's a University of Applied Sciences, we usually have a lot more of practical tasks and practical projects. And the practical tasks, what we are doing, they give us really a lot of knowledge. Which we can use later in our future. So it's all about getting to know the global markets. We study European markets, we study markets outside Europe, especially the Chinese market. Then we go into the project management. It's like when you know how to organize some kind of events and you know what exactly do you need to organize it successfully. Then accounting and finances, that's one of the most important parts of business. You have to know at least the basics, and at HAMK University, it is really important to study this on the 1st year especially. Then on the 3rd year of studies, you have an opportunity to choose the courses on your own. And I'm not gonna say all of them because it's a lot of those, but the most interesting, at least for me, it's strategic management and human resource management. Those two are kind of like connected to each other, and these are very useful, not just in the business sphere, but for your self-education as well. Then what will you become? You can go to any. Excuse me?
Microphone.
Yeah, so you can apply. You can go to any field of business. You can go into the bank. You can go be a manager, you can start your own business, and you can go to maybe any other country in Europe or outside the Europe to do it. Yeah, but basically you will be able to plan, to organize and manage international business operations, and that's a very useful thing to know. Then what comes to the computer applications, this is also 3.5 years of study. It's in the Hämeenlinna campus, and Hämeenlinna campus is the main campus of this university. So you do basically exactly the same as in the international business, but you're going a little bit more deeply into the technologies, you are going to work with the business data, with programming. You will study the programming languages. You will be able to create the applications for computers, for mobiles. You're going to work with big data and artificial intelligence. And what will you become? You can go to any business field, or you can go into something connected to the engineering or programming, like data engineer, data analyst, IE programmer, solution specialist, or even a game programmer, if that's interesting for you. Then there are other fields: design, forestry, and agriculture. So smart and sustainable design is in Hämeenlinna campus, 4 years. And when you're going to this direction, it's a little bit hard to apply for it, because they want you to have a portfolio, and you better be an artist in your past, or maybe pass the art courses. That's something very beneficial. So when you apply for this program, you have to choose between fashion and footwear, or glass and ceramics. You can't do both. And so here you are not just working on the designs, but you are also studying a little bit of business. You are going a little bit into entrepreneurship, into the business development, and then you gain surface design skills with some time. You are focusing on the smart design and sustainable design. So being sustainable, this is really important at this faculty, because yeah, it's really important these days in general. So after the studies, you can go either into the business sphere, or you can become a designer, and you will learn all the steps from the beginning till the product manufacturing. Good. Yeah. So design is a really like interesting thing, and actually, if you go to HAMK Instagram, you can find there's some posts from our design students, and they are really making nice things. Like, we have a huge laboratory, sort of laboratory in the main campus, where design students are working on their projects, and they are really creating something, and later they can sell their products as well on the HAMK sort of fairs. So then, sustainable forest management. I know that no one picked up forestry and agriculture, but these two are really very interesting programs to study, and there is like a lot of beneficial things you can learn out of it. So it's 4 years, EVA campus, and this is the program where you study how to manage the forests, in the middle of the forest, actually. So you get the knowledge in the forestry. You are able to do sustainable planning. You are able to carry and you are able in carrying and utilization of the forest rubbish, yeah. And you're also working with the digital data. So in every field at HAMK, you get a little bit of business or engineering skills. And MBA can I apply with an American diploma? I'm going to go back to these questions in the end of the presentation, if that's okay. So you will be able to become a forest expert. You can be a harvesting supervisor. You can go into the logistics sector as well. And you can also do forest planning, and you can be a forest ranger. Okay, so people, you can just like keep asking questions in the chat. We see that you are texting, but we will reply in the kind of like end of the presentation, so it will be fine. And then there is smart organic farming. It's in the Mustiala campus, 4 years. And this is all about safe and sustainable food production in the climate change, because as you know, climate change is a kind of like a popular problem. You are working with the diverse technologies, and you are also doing the data collection. And actually in this campus, students, they have their own small farm, and when it comes to the practical tasks, they are growing their own vegetables and all the food what is prepared in the campus. In this campus, it's all made from the vegetables what were grown on this small farm. So that's kind of like an interesting thing. And after graduating this program, you will be able to become a farm manager, maybe teacher, sales manager, agricultural expert. You can also go just be a farmer or maybe a project manager. So you get a bit of business skills again, and you will be able to save the world from the climate change. Then I'm gonna give my words to my friend Daniel.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the engineering branches because they're so fun. Right. So first is construction engineering, which is basically, in short, you're going to be learning how to build structures that wouldn't fall in on themselves. They would be structurally built, like I said. And they also bring you to like architectural, like they teach you how to be kind of an architect, but you're more of an engineer, where you help the architects to build beautiful houses, but the houses that would stand. Yeah. So graduated structural engineer may be related to construction, constructing new premises. So you're building new houses, you're building new shopping malls, bridges, anything like that. And like Lucy said, they also give you kind of a business attitude to that. So they also, it's not business, it's more managing. You could manage other engineers, be a leader of an engineer team, stuff like that. So yeah. Next would be electrical and so we do it in the Valkeakoski campus along with the international business students, who are really fun to talk and chat in the canteen. But what's I'm just the robots that you can see in the picture. We how do I say this? We make the robots. We will make them work. Robots work, but we don't actually go into how to apply them in like industries and stuff like that. We just learn how to build them, and if you like the hands-on work, like playing with electronics, Arduinos, stuff like that, then you'll love this. So in my country, at least, it's called automation and robotics. So the name might say one thing, but you will get a good understanding of how to be an engineer and how to automate, which is very important these days, how to automate processes. So you'll be able to apply these knowledges. Doesn't matter if you want to be just an engineer, maybe you want to be an IT guy, maybe you want to work with industries. like on so next would be information and communication technology. This is mostly where, well, in short, you manage servers, you manage how the servers are applied. So they actually work with, I wrote there, you can work with farmers and build the servers for them, so they could know maybe how their crops are growing, what they need and stuff like that, and send that to the database, and this sort of cool stuff. And after graduation, you will become an engineer specialized in producing smart information and database solutions. So it's like, also you can apply a lot of the knowledge that you learn in HAMK to a lot of businesses and a lot of branches as well. Next, mechanical engineering and production technology. So automation engineering, but it's more of like they also know how to build the robots, but they specialize in more of the usage of the robots, and how to build Tesla factories, let's say, and stuff like that. They all actually like take the things that we build, they know how they work, and they just put it into use, more or less. So, and yeah, but they also teach mechanical engineering, which is also a very big and fun branch, which you can use also ever. So I think that's it for engineers. Yes, Lucy? Lena?
Yes, so now there was a question about MBA, and there are two master's programs which HAMK can give you in English language. All of the other are taught in Finnish. So there's sustainable technologies for engineering and management in sustainable business for business. So it's business and administration, yeah, but it's most likely connected to the sustainable business. Whenever you go to HAMK, just be prepared that everything is connected to being sustainable. So sustainable technologies, this is the Master of Engineering. It lasts like 2 years, and you can have it either full-time, which is going to be face-to-face, or part-time, which is going to be online. You will become a specialist in sustainable technologies, and you will just master your skills, basically. There will be the master's thesis and 2 main modules, which is specialization in sustainable technologies and resource-wise. There is the requirements, which are at least a bachelor level of degree and minimum of 2 years of work experience. When you're applying to the universities of applied sciences, then you always have to have at least 1 or 2 years of work experience in the field for the master's degrees. Then about management in sustainable business, it's the same, 2 years. It can be online studies as a part-time, and it can be full-time face-to-face. So you're going deeply into the global economic, into social factors, into the environmental issues, and you are trying to figure out how to build a sustainable business. It means that like you have to find the ways of running your business sustainably, like without harming the environment. This is very, very interesting, and this is actually very useful nowadays since we have those climate change problems and yada yada. So, and you have to have at least a bachelor's level again, and at least 2 years of work experience in business administration in general. And so then there is entry requirements for HAMK. So you, for the bachelor's, you have to have a specific documentation from this high school, from the school. Then the language skills IELTS exam should be 6.0 for the bachelor's, and for the master's it should be 6.5. But what comes to the entrance exams, it's a little bit more complicated right now. So if you have IELTS or TOEFL exam and it's like around 6 or 6.5, then there are no entrance exams for you, but there will be an interview, like a short meeting with a focus group where you will discuss some sort of topic and they will decide will they accept you or not. They are looking through your English skills, and that's it basically. And for those who doesn't have IELTS or TOEFL, or English skills are not as high as it should be, there is an entrance course. In this course, they are preparing you for studying your program. Doesn't really matter what program are you going to, and you will also a little bit master your English. And then after passing this entrance course, you will have an entrance exam, and you will pass your application, and you will get a place to study. Yeah, so, and then there is the tuition fees information for the tuition fee is free for non-EU.
No, it's free for you.
Yeah, sorry, I made a small mistake in my presentation, I think. So the tuition fee for non-EU for the bachelor's is going to be 9,700 euros per academic year, not per semester, it's per year. And you can part it into the 2 parts or into 4 parts. It depends on how you agree with the university. And then there is the early bird tuition fee for new students, sort of like discount, 8,900 per academic year. And then for those who are in the EU countries, for the applicants, the tuition fee is free. Then for the master's degree, 11,700 per academic year. And the early bird tuition fee for the new students will be 10,700 per academic year. And then HAMK also provides you scholarships, and it is connected to your Finnish language skills. So when you're coming to HAMK, it is obligatory for you to study Finnish till the basic level. So if you pass the certification for A2, you will need to pass the exam. And then HAMK will pay you 3,200 euros as your scholarship. And if your Finnish language is getting higher to the B1 category, then your scholarship will just double. It will be 6,500. And they pay you your scholarship just straight away, this price. Like they're not separating it, they just give it to you straight. Then I'd like to ask you, did any of those programs seem to be interesting for you? You can also use the chat or maybe open the mic and talk. I haven't passed any of the international exams. So when you're applying to HAMK, what do you mean by international exams? Like, you just basically give all the necessary documentation to HAMK. And like they just give you the exam to do. They are figuring out if your English skills are enough for understanding the courses, the studies, and then they either give you the course to improve it, or they are just not accepting you. Yeah, so it all depends basically on your English, but there is no specific requirement for any sort of exams from other countries, at least for now. Yes, so you can also go to the HAMK official webpage, and there is really a lot of interesting information about the forestry. And the main point of becoming a forest manager or studying this program is that you get a lot of practice, practical tasks, because you're studying in the middle of forest. Like, the campus is just covered with the forest, so you will have a lot of time to study it. But for the forestry, it is important to get a specific equipment, but I think HAMK can offer you the equipment like helmet and stuff like that. And they also have the laboratory in the campus, so it's really interesting. That's why I asked. Yeah, so there are two exams, like IELTS exam or TOEFL exam for the English level. Yeah, they are accepting either IELTS or TOEFL if you're coming with them. Yeah, so for the masters, 2 years of working experience is required. So for example, if you go to the engineering, you have to work 2 years as an engineer, or I don't know, data analyst or whatever, before you apply for the master's, because this is the applied sciences university. If you go to the academic one, it's a bit of different thing, but here you have to have experience before master's. Yeah, okay. Application for international business right now is closed. The other questions we answer later, okay? So now we're gonna share our amazing experience with Dan, how it all started. So for me, I applied to Belnor, and Belnor helped me with the application process, with everything. Like, we signed the contract, and all the other difficult sort of things what needed to be done were done by Belnor. I passed the entrance exams, because when I was applying, there were entrance exams obligatory. And then there was an interesting process of traveling to Finland and preparing. I got my student apartment for 500 euros per month, but it was like a very huge apartment, and it was supposed to be like for 2 people. But I was living there alone, that's why it was 500. And right now I'm living in a rental apartment, and I live with 2 amazing roommates. That's why we are sharing the rental price, and it's 264 per person. And my first impressions from Finland, from HAMK, were very good, very positive. Finland in general is a wonderful country with lots of interesting opportunities. I had an extremely friendly classmates, and I've been participating in a lot of interesting projects offered by HAMK, and I'm gonna show you later some pictures from those projects, which definitely worth effort and time. And yeah, my short opinion about HAMK itself, from my personal experience, HAMK has a comfortable atmosphere and professional teaching. Like all the teachers which I have on the international business program, they are all coming from different countries, like America, Spain, Finnish teachers we also have, of course, Romania. Yeah, and they are all very friendly. Like it is really important to have a good connection with your teacher, and it really helps in the studies itself. Because like if you will need an extra explanation of any topic, teachers will be really open for that, and they will really try to help if that's needed.
Well, and my experience is basically for people that might not choose to go to HAMK, choose another university, you still get a chance to EU university, of course. But so what you do if you choose that path, you just go to your university coordinator and say, I want to go to Erasmus. And if your study group or study course combines well with the ones that are taught at HAMK, you get an opportunity to go to HAMK just like me. So all I did was just tell them I want to go. I prepared the documents that they asked me. That's it. And basically, most of the work was done just by my university and HAMK. They even got me an exchange student apartment, which was relatively cheap compared to other apartments, at least in Valkeakoski. So it was just 350 per month. So I could focus my other finances. Runway, I noticed how beautiful everything is. It's truly like Vita said, is show you some photos and they'll blow your mind. So yeah, and when I saw these photos, I just thought, or these sceneries, I just thought, okay, I want to go. I want just this. The lakes, the swamps, and stuff like that. It's all beautiful. And actually, when I was looking for information like maps and stuff like that, like the Finnish people shine there. They're very. If you ask for help, they will like really help. And yeah, that's what they did. So, and especially like when I study at HAMK, for at least engineers, we don't have too many international like teachers or lecturers. Most of our lectures are Finnish. So I just saw how friendly they are. They're really cool. I have this one favorite teacher that's like just the best. Like you can talk with him just like as a friend. So cool. So yeah, and when you go to a applied sciences university, you're gonna get a lot of hands-on education. So that like you're as close as to a field as you can be. So if I'm an electrician or electrical engineer, I touched like just last week we had this lecture where we made like a cabinet for like with fuses with all the controllers and stuff like that, and we were able to like put motors to work just like on our own. So yeah, and all the teaching here is hands-on experience with like robots, and later I could even maybe show you a video of me making a toy train work and go around the stations where like a real train would basically. So a little simulation. But yeah, I think that's all for now.
Yeah, so like here are some of the pictures from mine and Daniel's experience. There was a very interesting project happening in November, and like all of the pictures with me, they are from this project, and that was an extremely nice project where I gained a lot of experience, and we were creating our own business idea and trying to sell this business idea, and there were a lot of things we had to consider. Then you can see some nice landscapes of Valkeakoski. That's the city where we live, where we study engineering and international business. And yeah, it's really nice here. So then we had our internship at HAMK. Me and Dan, we were working with HAMK Gaming Academy. I got a marketing trainee position, so everything was what I was doing was connected to the social media marketing, to organizing events, creating content, and then was in charge of tech support, accounting, and planning some events or some activities for this internship. Yeah, and it was a 3-month position. I had a paid salary, and when you're going to have an internship with HAMK, it's extremely good for your CV, for your future. It gives you some sort of positive sign. Yeah. And maybe, do you have any questions about our experience? Oh, I haven't seen the chat in a while, so. Yeah.
Now you can.
Now you can. You can open the microphones and also maybe talk with us. That's better than using chat. Yeah, Anna Morozova. So you can go in the end of the presentation. We have the contact information for Belnor. You can contact us, and depending on what degree you want, it's different for every degree. So just contact us, and we will let you know later what are the requirements. So it also depends on what year you're going. Like if you're applying this year, then you would need IELTS or TOEFL, but for the next year, it could be different. So just contact us and we go back to you later if you're really interested. So when I first came to Finland, I was working in Estonia before, like I'm coming from Estonia. So I was working in Estonia and I was just saving money from the work I did in Estonia so I could live here in Finland, because when you're just coming to Finland, it's kind of like a struggle to find a job or find an internship straight from your first year. So I just saved money. Yeah.
And for me, well, as part of the Erasmus program, I get covered living costs, traveling costs.
Yeah. So Was it difficult to readjust during the first year of studying to move to another country? Well, since I was coming from Estonia, it wasn't really hard for me. I got a student apartment, and yeah, like it was pretty easy. And like the studies, like when you just start from your first year, they are not just putting you into the lake where you drown. They really like start kind of like smoothly, so you will get all the aspects, and you will smoothly get into the business. Well, at least that was for me in business. I don't know how is it for engineers, but for us it was kind of like smoothly, and it wasn't really hard. But then, yeah, they start giving you more and more challenges, tasks, exams, and things like that. Yeah. And
I want to talk as well.
yeah, I'm just checking other questions.
Basically, so I cannot really tell you what exactly here's. Sorry, sorry, can you move your microphone so basically, for the first years, I cannot tell you what exactly they feel, but I know that they get a lot of information. And then focus with it. Yeah, thank you. So, like information about what they will need in their engineering life, and the kind of smooth as well take you to like proper engineering. But for me, since I am a second year, I basically just I basically got thrown into the middle of it, but still looking at the Finnish character, they really like helped me out with any questions I needed. So yeah, there was a point where I was asking too many questions, but they were like, I could see that they're like, I'm troubling them too much, but they still, the friendly people that they are, they still help me out. So at first it was like, I am in a different country. What do I do? And then Finnish people came and helped me out, basically, in short.
Yeah, for me, it was the same. Finnish people were always helping me, because when you're coming to Finland, you're so confused at the beginning, but then they just help you and you're okay with that. Yeah, so there is also a question about the Cambridge exam. If you are going to apply this year, then yeah, it could pass, but next year, not really sure.
I'm pretty sure if you talk with you have that like
yeah, so like every year HAMK changes the requirements and regulations, so we don't really know how is it going to be next year, but for this year we know that they accept IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge. Yeah, Cambridge too for this year. Do we work here now? So like I'm working for Belnor, so like I'm a Belnor staff member, but it's not a Finnish company. And you are about to get.
And I am about the internship at HAMK itself. For engineers, we have, as I've heard, have quite a lot of cases already apply for knowledge that you're learning, but like, and you will be applying it in university. So it's just a very good position. They actually pay you quite a good amount.
Yeah, so if you're going for the engineering, there is like a huge opportunity for you to get the internships. But for international business students, it's a little bit more different. It's kind of more challenging for us to find something at HAMK. Get a little bit in details into the research of the job if it's really needed. About the scholarships, Yeah, can you sit closer to the mic?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, so about the scholarships, there was a slide. I'm gonna probably show it once again. That's okay. Yeah. So here are the scholarships. So they are connected to the Finnish language. If you pass the certification on the level A2, you get your scholarship 3,200 euros. And if you pass it for the B1 category, which is a higher one, you get 6,500 euros. So I hope I answered your question about the scholarships.
Sorry, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question is about your learning of the Finnish language. So you're originally from Baltic countries, and how did you start? When did you start, and how was it? If you learning Finnish, like did you start it before you applied to university, or in the process you start learning in the process of education itself?
Well, so I just finished my high school. I passed all the exams what was needed in Estonia to pass. And then I just thought that like, okay, I want to go abroad. So I went to Belnor and we just decided, we just discussed with Belnor, how to, where can I go and what do I need? So we signed a contract and I did my other, I did my whole application with Belnor. And it was kind of like easy for me to decide and to do it. So what comes to the Finnish language, you start learning it on your first year in the university. But like if you already know that you want to go to Finland, you can start learning it on your own earlier. But like you're obligatory to still learn it in the university. You have to pass the courses for Finnish language. And if you really want to go with the scholarships, then you have to prove your language skills.
Yeah, and for me, I exactly learn. I should say. Yeah, I did learn just a little bit of Erasmus plans. Coming from the Baltic, are like Finnish and aren't exactly like. But what helped me out in my like Finnish studies was the knowledge, like a little bit of high school knowledge of German, since they have similar some letter, like as you probably know, the German words are pretty long. Same with the Finnish ones, so it really helps out with like saying the words and pronunciation. What it is. Teaches it pretty well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, so I did learn Finnish just a bit. I still don't really know it good, but like really just a bit. But I can say some sentences, and then already kind of answered this question. No, but yeah. How did you decide that you wanted to study in Finland, not in the homeland? Well, I don't know Estonian language that good. And in Estonia, when you apply to the universities, you basically study in Estonian language. And I already knew that I would like to study in English language, not in Estonian. And I thought, if I want to study in English language, why don't I go to the other countries? So like I wasn't a fan of Estonian universities, and like it was just a funny random idea to go abroad. And it turned out to be the best experience of my life, actually.
Yeah, and I guess the choice for me was, well, I already studied for 1 year in Lithuania. I saw how, well, it's not bad, the education system there, but I just thought, okay, well, if they pay the scholarship to live there and live properly, why not? So I chose it, and also it's an amazing experience, and it's like it's really good for like your personal character to go like outside of your comfort zone and learn a new environment and how to handle it. But yeah, it's a good experience. And
Okay, so there is a nickname with number 8701. Yeah, so can you? So there is no limited age for the applicants to the HAMK University, but for the application process, please contact Belnor. In the end of the presentation, there will be our email, our webpage. Just send us an email and we explain you how. And yeah, just go and contact us. Yeah, when did you start preparing for the university? Collecting documents? Well, collecting documents, well, for me, as I already said, I did everything with Belnor. So Belnor was in charge of letting me know which documents they need. They were letting me know when are the deadlines for the applications. And so Belnor was handling those things. So yeah, like for each person it's different, and for each country and for each faculty program it's kind of like different, and each year it changes. So yeah, for me, for example, I had to like take like my personal documents, like the school certificate, my yeah, basically my school exams, and I think that was it. But next year it already changed, and this year kind of changing. But yeah, like for that kind of questions, that how to apply, when to apply, just send us an email and we just talk with you about it. And if there are no other questions, I think I will continue. Yeah, so here are our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. You can find us there. You can also text us there. And we share really a lot of useful information there. We share their information about how is it living in Finland. We like talk about HAMK. We show the real life stories from the students who are here. And there is just a lot of useful things. Just follow. Yeah, and so here's our contact information, our email, webpage, and it says here that our main office is in Tallinn, Estonia, but don't forget we are an international agency. And the representative will also travel to the Egypt as well.
Is there a number?
I think, yeah, but I'm not really sure. I think you can apply at the same time to like 2 programs maximum, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Just try to one.
Just contact us.
Yeah, or contact.
And we just make sure that we check up all the needed information that you know. Yeah. If you have any other questions, open discussion, you can ask us. Oh yeah, there is also one thing I forgot to say. When you are coming to Finland, if you remember, if you were paying attention to this presentation, I mentioned there that there is a high standard of living in this country. And there is the governmental organization named Kela. This organization can provide you the money support. So it's very interesting, and it's very useful for those who wants to study in Finland. So there are different categories to which you can apply. Like, for example, you can apply for money support for your apartment, for money support because you're a student, money support because you have a child, like a lot of different categories. And like when people from non-European countries are coming, they have a high chance to get this money support from the government. So when you're coming to Finland, and when you also apply for the residence permit, and when you get it, you could also apply for the money support if it's needed. Yeah, but other than that, we are done.
Yep. So I guess if there are anything to say by the
Well, yeah, I think. Or maybe there will be some questions.
so, yeah.
No, just thank you for the presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for attending.
Yeah, thank you for attending. Just maybe take a picture or write somewhere our email and webpage. Just go there, check there. And if you're really interested, we really recommend you to go study abroad. And yeah, thank you for attending, and bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.